In the past, Blauville was a booming town that everyone thought would continue to prosper in the years to come. However, those beliefs subsided after the closing of the Air Force Base. The economy began to plummet and the dilapidated infrastructure still remains. As of 2016, the community is working on Highway 18 to make commuting less of a hassle for its citizens while attracting tourists. The once neglected small town is on its way to great changes. We visited Farmers Bank and Trust and met with the president and COO, Randy Scott.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Randy Scott.
Austin.
Jessica.
Nice to meet you. Dylan.
Evan.
Nice to meet you. My name is Randy Scott. I'm President and Chief Operations Officer of Farmers Bank and Trust. I've been in Blauville for 16 years now.
What have you seen that are some of the bank's competitive advantages when it comes to small business loaning?
Some of the advantages that we have is that we are a community bank, headquartered here, located here, so the decisions are made here. Myself could approve up to $1 million. Myself and one other person could approve $2.5 million, and then a committee that meets weekly could approve up to $6 million. So there's not a lot of time periods and wait and extra paperwork to get a loan done, and that helps us. We've also been located here for over 100 years, so we have a reputation in the community, known as a leading lender in the community. So we've had customers that we've banked their fathers, their grandfathers, even great-grandfathers in some cases. So we know the families, we know the businesses, and then also they know us with our reputation.
With the decline in the economy, has your focus been more on the economy or the bank?
Well, it kind of go hand in hand. I guess our number one goal with most businesses is return on equity to the shareholders, so it's on the bank. But when the economy gets tough, we need to take care of our customers. We have to have customers to be able to make the earnings. So we work with the customers. We are flexible on our terms. We extend interest only for time periods or things during tough economic times. Ag economy's going to be tough this year. So we've already come up with ideas and plans of how to help those farmers. We're not just going to go ahead and put them out of business. We're going to find ways to be more flexible with them. In turn, that's helping them in the tough economy, and then it helps our profitability as well and retains those customers.
After meeting with President Scott, we went to meet with the Vice President at Farmers Bank and Trust, Justin Bell, to talk about small business lending.
My name is Justin Bell. I'm Vice President of Farmers Bank and Trust, and I'm a lender. Do consumer, commercial, and agriculture. I've been with the bank for 7 years now.
What strategies have you implemented to sell small business loans?
Here we are involved in the community. Every event, everywhere you go, you're going to see someone from the bank there. We're very well represented at anything that's going on, and anything we can do to get out and be involved in the community is how we go about selling ourselves to the customers. Along with that, we've been here 100 years. Everybody knows that, and they know that we'll be here in the future if they, to service any needs that they have. And so the second best thing, since they know that, is to be visible and be where they can interact with us, without having to come up to the bank every time they want something. So we're just out there and involved.
Do you think that through your efforts of small business lending that you can revitalize the economy, or do you think it'll take an outside force such as a large business coming to town or newly elected leaders to turn the growth around?
Small business lending through the bank can somewhat impact the community. We can help stabilize and revitalize some areas by making small business loans in areas. Main Street, Blauville is a low economic area, and so any loan we can make like today's to have a business stay and retain jobs helps to some degree. However, having a Nucor Steel come in and have 20 to 30 businesses pop up around it to support that industry, we can't make an impact at the same level as they can.
We went to Dave's Clothing to meet with Mr. and Mrs. Rogers to talk about how their business was impacted by the bank and how the bank has impacted the economy.
Actually entertained the idea of buying this business in December, or actually November of 2014. Dealing with a local bank has made it very, very simple for us. Not only are they across the street, but they're an excellent community leader and just really, really provide personal service to us.
We certainly wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the bank, helping us out through this. They made it so simple, made it so that we could do this in a timely manner, and provided an enormous amount of resources and support throughout the process.
How has your business changed throughout the economic decline of the city?
I think it was clear to us in purchasing the business December of 2014 that the changing economic conditions of the area have definitely had a major impact on the store. We can see the trends in the numbers downwards over the last, 8 years. And we purchased this store knowing that. And so, as Greg was saying, that we've brought in the new, more casual lines in addition to the staples. I think that is helping to turn things around, but to kind of put it in perspective with the bank, Randy Scott specifically at Farmers Bank has helped us to get resources as far as building our business up at the inception, getting us connected with resources at the Chamber of Commerce to help us get started, and then helping us apply for and receive a grant to help with our startup capital to attract the new vendors and all. And so with all of that help and support that we've gotten, we've been able to start the upward trend in the numbers.
Taking into consideration the way that Farmers Bank has helped y'all, do you think that there's a chance them helping other businesses in the same way that they could help sort of revitalize the economy and help the city grow again, maybe towards the direction that it once was?
Yes, I really do believe that Farmers Bank is going to have a tremendous impact on our community, and I think that they already are. As new business owners, we get a lot of traffic in here. People that come through asking us, what was it like getting started? People that are interested in starting things specifically on Main Street, but even outside of Main Street here in Blytheville. And we have two first points of contact. One is contact Farmers Bank, and the second is the Economic Development Team at ASU, which is another great resource that Farmers Bank led us to.
Since expanding in new markets, the bank has seen an increase in their deposit rates. In turn, the trends suggest that lending has increased. Several banks' performance ratios has increased at a great pace as well. Some of the more noticeable measures would include net income, return on equity, interest expense, and average assets.
Farmers Bank and Trust's net income has tripled in their last 5 years' performance. Over the last 4 years, net income has increased over 500%. In this same amount of time, the bank has also seen dramatic increases in their return on equity. It was up from 5.21% on 2011 to 22.93% in 2015. That increase could be attributed to the possible selling of branches or assets. The bank is also effective at handling their interest expense over the last 5 years. This means that the bank has been able to reduce the cost of funds loaned to other businesses.
Then President Scott took us on a journey around the city of Blytheville to show us some businesses that the bank has had an impact in and how they've been able to revitalize the economy.